Hi, I'm Devon, and this is the owner's class for the Singer Superb embroidery machine. In the first episode, we're going to go over some of the major parts of your machine and also some of the accessories that came with it. So first, let's talk about some of the parts. Here is the machine itself. If you open the top lid, this is where you will find your thread paths for winding a bobbin and threading the machine, which we will go over in a future episode. Jumping over here, you have your embroidery unit. So this is the part that we're going to attach the machine so that it is able to embroider. This piece right here, this vertical darker piece, is called the embroidery arm. So this is going to be what actually moves around while you're embroidering and controls the position of the hoop. This piece sticking out of the embroidery arm is the embroidery hoop connection assembly. So this is going to be where the hoop snaps into place. And then if you look right on top of it, there's this little lever. This is the release button. So when you're ready to take your hoop off of your machine, you're going to push that release lever and then just pull your hoop right off. So in order for our machine to be able to embroider, we need to attach the embroidery unit to the main machine itself. So to do that, you're going to look for this open space in your embroidery unit, and then you're just going to slide it right around the free arm of the machine, like this. And there's a little socket on the back and a door that opens, and that's going to slide together and it's going to snap into place. So make sure you push it all the way on so that you hear that little snap, then you know it's connected. If you need to take your embroidery unit off, there's a lever on the underneath side right here on the end that you would squeeze and then just pull the unit off like that. So you want to make sure you reach under and squeeze. There's also some extra storage right here on your embroidery unit, so that's pretty handy. So I'm going to go ahead and put the unit back on, and we're going to turn the machine on, and it's going to want to calibrate. That means that the embroidery arm is going to move around a little bit. So you want to double check before you turn your machine on that your embroidery arm is not close to any furniture or walls, or you don't have any drinks sitting on your sewing table, because it will move around and it could hit something or knock something over. You also want to make sure that there's no hoop connected to your machine, and your machine will remind you of that, but you just want to make sure there's no hoop at all. So we're going to reach around to the side and turn our machine on. And you'll see a little message on the screen, a little picture reminding you, there's that little reminder to take the hoop off. Once you are sure there's no hoop on your machine, you can hit the check mark, and the embroidery arm is going to move around and calibrate. So now your machine is calibrated and good to go to start setting it up, which we'll talk about in a little bit in a future episode. So now let's talk about the accessories that come with your machine. Your machine comes with two different size embroidery hoops. There is the 260 by 150 millimeter hoop, and then the 100 by 100 embroidery hoop. So you have a couple different options as far as hoop size goes. Your machine also comes with embroidery needles. It comes with two different types of chromium needles. There is 2000 and 2001. The 2000 is for woven fabrics, so non-stretchy fabrics, and the 2001 is for stretchy fabrics like t-shirts or sweatshirts. Embroidery needles are special because they have a larger eye and a specially designed scarf, which is the name for the part of the needle right above the eye. So the bigger eye helps feed more delicate threads and the fibers of the threads through the eye of the needle so that the thread doesn't shred or break as you're embroidering. Your machine also comes with some extra bobbins. So these are class 15 transparent bobbins. You want to make sure that you only use class 15 transparent bobbins in your machine. You don't want to try to substitute for the metal ones or 15J bobbins. So make sure that you're using those class 15 transparent bobbins. The last main accessory to talk about is the USB stick that comes with your machine. So your machine has 69 embroidery designs and 2 embroidery fonts built into the machine, and then there's an additional 131 embroidery designs on the USB stick. The USB stick is also how you update your machine, so you can use it that way, and it also has PDF previews of all the embroidery designs, so you can check them out before you embroider them and see what they're going to look like. These printouts are also really handy because they show the actual size of the embroidery design, and they give you a lot of information like thread colors and orders and things like that. So if you stick your USB drive into your computer, you can open a PDF that will show you all that information. So in our next video, we are going to talk about thread and how to choose a thread for your embroidery project.